All right, let's give a. Okay, first of all, it takes a lot of guts to get up here and do anything at all, whether it's singing, or but to do stand-up or to read poetry, it is super, 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 super intimidating. So let's give a warm, supportive welcome to Rebecca Cross.
Okay, this is like only my third time trying this. I normally play my guitar here. But before I do get started, the things that I'm going to joke about are situations in my life that have happened since my transition. And I want to make sure that people know that I'm joking about my specific situations, the way I look at things. Because, you know, a lot of the things that I go through, a lot of people still struggle with. And I've decided to go, fuck it, and have fun with it. Make sure there's no kids in here other than my own, and she is already corrupted. So, like I said, this is only my third time doing this. I normally play guitar, but you know, the first time I tried this, everybody thought I was funny, and somebody came up and she's like, "Oh my God, you're like a double threat." And it really took me a second to realize that she wasn't saying that because I am pre-op. But anyway. A lot of the situations that, you know, a lot of people don't realize is, you know, I work. I'm done. No, anyway, a lot of things that people don't realize are, you know, like I've worked really hard to try to get my voice to where it is, and at first it was really disconcerting when I go through like a drive-through and somebody's like, "Okay, sir." So I decided finally to just say, "Screw it, I'm going to have fun." So when I come through the drive-through now, I go up and I'm like, "Yeah, I'd like to get a number 4 combo." And when I pull up to the window, they're like, "Is this yours?" I'm like, "Yeah, that's me." And they're like, "Okay." But in other ways, I used to get up and do karaoke. Now, a friend of mine who's a DJ, he decided to use me to screw with someone else, and he calls me up and he's like, hands me a microphone. I'm like, "What is it? My turn already?" And he goes, "No, someone else is going to sing Proud Mary." And I'm like, "You want me to get up there and sing?" He goes, "No, you sit in the audience. I want you to sing the Ike part." So I'm like, "Okay, I can do this." So this guy gets up there, he's singing real high, and he gets up there, you know, rolling. I'm like, "Rolling." And he starts looking around, he's like, "Did you have to get the D?" He's like, keep going, keep going. About halfway through this, he's, you know, the people around me are seeing and they're laughing, and about halfway through, he sees me, and he's like, "Bitch," and he throws a mic and walks away, and I get up and finish the song in both parts. Because I don't care. You know, another thing that, you know, I prepared for, now I was in a long-standing marriage before my transition, and it ended, so, you know, I was afraid of dating anyway, because I'm like 20 years out of practice. But now that I'm transitioning, it's really difficult, you know, and you know, I found a couple of people that I was interested in. The only problem is one of them, she was attracted to really big burly guys, which I'm not anymore. And the other one was attracted to small petite women, and I just kind of had to suck it up and realize I need to find somebody who's like attracted to big burly women. Some other things that, you know, early on in my transition, now I used to live in a marina, which, you know, oh, it sounds great until you think about community showers. I was about a year and a half into hormones and things, you know, I woke up hungover one Saturday morning, I'm like, "Oh, I just gotta take a shower." So I throw on my shorts and I start walking. Now it's a beautiful day, everybody's out there, and, you know, and they're giving me funny looks. I'm like, "Okay, what's going on?" And, you know, I forgot that I couldn't wear a t-shirt anymore. So I get in the shower and I look, I'm like, "Oh." Yeah. Now, like I said, I have a daughter. I have 3 daughters, actually. They are all teenagers, and my oldest just turned 18. You know, at first it was kind of awkward for them. Of course, you know, their dad is becoming a woman and everything. But after a couple of years and getting adjusted, you know, they were pretty cool, and they started actually coming to me for fashion advice. And I was like, you know, "Why are you coming to me and not going to your mom?" And you know, Elena, her younger sister, was like, "Well, you have better taste than she does." And I was like, "Okay, just don't tell her that." Now, again, you know, they were like, "So now that you're transitioning, do you want us to call you Mom?" And I was like, look, you've already got a mom. I don't, I'm okay being dad because nothing will ever change. I fathered 3 daughters, amazing daughters. And so I'm like, if you're so comfortable, you can call me dad, it's okay. Well, again, my middle daughter, she was like, we'll just start calling you she-dad. And when she said that, I was like, that's pretty freaking cool, and, she-dad. And I was like, man, I feel like I need superpowers in a cape. And until a couple of weeks later, we were in Walmart and it was busy, and about 4 hours over, Elena yelled out, she-dad! And I was like, all right, now it's a little awkward, but okay. But getting to experience new things with my daughters has been amazing. One of the last times I went home, their mom was like, you really need to carry them, or they really need new bras and they don't want to go shopping with me. And when she told me this, inside I was like, this sounds like a job for she-dad, I can do this. Well, we went to the mall, and back home is in Mississippi. Now, I of course was not in makeup because it's freaking Mississippi. And we were in the mall and we found this one place that had a big sale, and so all 4 of us go in there, and I was like, shoot, what's a sale? And I need some of my own, so we're all just shopping away. And when we get ready to check out, one of the lady at the counter, she's like, oh, it's so nice to see a dad, carrying his daughter shopping, or bra shopping, because, you just never see this. And I was looking at her and I was like, well, I'm not like most dads. And I just couldn't shut up. I was just looking, yeah, no, imagine that. And as she was running through, I was like, because that one's mine. She just looked at me, she's like, yeah, the conversation was over at that point for some reason. But again, other things that I've gone through, trying to get in shape without gaining muscle mass, which my body is not cooperating with. So I decided I was going to try yoga, and it sounded good. So, and again, early I was all worried about trying to look good, not getting functionality a problem. And so the first time I go to yoga, I'm like, oh, I've got the tank top, spandex, shorts. I'm like, I look good. I didn't really think about this being pre-op, yoga, and spandex shorts. Did not consider this. So anyway, I go and, we're having a good time, and we get to this one particular pose. And it's called Happy Baby. I don't know if anybody knows this, but you're laying on your back, legs spread, grabbing your toes, and it's putting pressure on where things are supposed to be hidden, and they're not staying hidden. And remember, spandex. So I'm laying there like, oh my God. And distinct three things popped through my head. And anybody that knows me would be like, only 3? But anyway, the first time I'm like, I feel like I'm an inappropriate stress doll. The other thing was, because I'm trying to ignore it, hoping nobody would look, and of course I can't. And the other thing is, I feel like I'm in a really screwed up adaptation of Aliens. And finally I was afraid if someone saw it, she'd be like, girl, that toe looks kind of herniated. But other things, professionally I am an aircraft mechanic, which means I work in a very male, masculine dominated field, and they have been dealing with me. I've been openly transitioned for 3 years. And at first was kind of awkward. Imagine that. But into that, as most of the guys were trying to understand my orientation, which my orientation and gender, of course, does not go hand in hand. And they're like, well, if you're becoming a girl, you have to like guys. I'm like, no, I don't, And they were like, well, no, it doesn't work that way. And I'm like, I'm sorry, I'm living it. It does. And several of them got into it, and we had a 15-minute conversation. And I'm just finally, I'm like, screw it. And I was like, you know what? Every single one of you assholes would love to be a lesbian. You just seriously lack the commitment involved. And okay, I was going to do something, and I completely.
You're doing great.
Yeah.
You are doing great.
But and some other things the guys that try to mess with me, but one thing that a lot of them don't consider is mechanics that like to screw each other, and I've been doing this for 7 years.
Is that a thing?
So No, it's just constant. And you know, so after 27 years, I am well versed in the art of verbal warfare, and anybody that does know me knows that I have a really twisted, sadistic sense of humor. And we were just actually last week, you know, I was changing wing bolts on this airplane, and the bolts are really large, and this one guy came up and he was screwing with me, and I turned and looked at him, and I held out the nuts to him, and they were like 2.5 inch, and I go, I'm sorry, did my nuts look too big to you? And he just looked at me and was like, and he turned and walked away, which basically is all I wanted him to do to begin with. Well, this morning I'm like, oh, you know, I can have fun with you, so I left him on my toolbox. Well, this morning my supervisor, who constantly gives me right to go off on him, he came up and started messing with me, and I kind of picked him up, and I looked at him, I go, look, I know you're married, but at least I can put mine in my own purse. So fuck off. And again, he did not talk to me the rest of the day, which I was very productive.
Yes. Yes.
And I had a couple other things that I completely drew a mind blank. So I hope you all enjoyed. So thank you all very much.